My name is Commander, I'm a wildlife filmmaker and photographer, and I got the chance to test out the new Sony A7V, and I think I will just take you along that journey. Enjoy! For this evening I want to try and photograph the animal which lives in these tiny cute little holes. I mean, I don't need to hide it, it's clearly not a bear living in here, but it's cute little yellow-necked mice, and actually they are some of my favorite animals to photograph, especially in autumn. The sun is setting behind me and that means that they will soon start to get active, so I will set up now and then we can wait together and see if the mice show up. And I must say that I love this fancy screen that Sony got on their new cameras. This is the perfect screen design, that's for sure. So I don't know if you can tell, but it started raining and it is already almost completely dark. So I think I have to give up for today, but no mouse appeared, which is not ideal because I'm actually a bit stressed because I just have 10 days with this camera. And then I have to give a presentation about my experience with this camera at the Sony headquarters. And yeah, I'm already nervous because I'm not very comfortable, I don't know, talking on stage and stuff. And I also really want to get something good. So I was hoping that the first day would be a bit more successful than getting 0 photos, but let's just hope that I get more stuff in the next days. Okay, bye. Ciao, ciao. Today I'm in the middle of the city on a cemetery actually. My idea is to photograph red squirrels. Well, the first thing that I will do is to just walk around on the path. Maybe we can already get lucky. I will have my camera ready in case something exciting appears. And now let's explore. Oh, just a parakeet flew so above my head. That's also a good sign. I mean, it would be nice to photograph them as well. I think I saw a movement up in that tree right there. Let's have a look. I will give up searching the squirrels actually, because I mean you can hear it very well and loudly. The tree behind me is full of parakeets and they are eating leaves and stuff, and it's so cute to observe, and I will try to photograph them. It's so cool to see how much the parakeets can do, not only with their feet but also their beak. They basically use their beak, I don't know, like a hand or something, so they climb with it and break a branch and take it with the hand, start to eat it. Yeah, it's really fascinating to see, and I don't think I got anything great yet, but I mean the parakeets are around, so let's just continue. One parakeet probably had a bad night and it started to sleep up there. That's so cute. I can already tell you that the pre-capture function has to be probably my favorite addition to this camera. I think if I would always have that, I would have gotten so many shots in the past. Now I can actually just wait for the action to happen and then I know for sure that I got it. And that's so helpful. Okay, I have to hurry. I just found a squirrel and it's right there. Okay, I will try to get some photos. For this evening's mice mission, Ida is with me, so I I got someone to record the behind the scenes, which makes everything a lot more simple. And the weather is also a lot nicer than yesterday, so I really have high hopes that the mice show up. Fingers crossed. Hoppla. Just took like 1,000 photos. No mouse yet. So unfortunately the mice didn't show up once again. I don't know what's wrong because the mice are usually pretty reliable. At least I got the parakeets today. The sun is setting and I'm on my way to look for the Tawny Owl. I already made a YouTube video about the Tawny Owl last winter and now I'm going back to the same location. Okay, I can see the hole now, but it looks like the Tawny Owl is not sitting outside. It's empty for now, but my assumption would be that the Tawny Owl is in its nest and will at some point this evening appear. I'm a bit afraid that it's like with the mice, that it just doesn't work out. That would be too bad. But let's see. Let's first set up and complain later. I'm ready and now it's just time to wait. Okay, I can actually already see the Tawny Owl. There's a smaller hole right underneath the big hole. And in the past I filmed a squirrel going inside there. But right now I can see sort of parts of the Tawny Owl sticking out of that hole. Yes, and I have to admit that I'm quite glad to just sit here now and relax a bit, because trying to film and photograph the parakeets is always a bit stressful. You have to run around the entire time, change position. But here I know exactly what I want to do. I just want to sit here until the Tawny Owl appears. And it's such a wonderful evening. The sun is setting, I'm in the forest. Yeah, it's just very, very nice and relaxing. And I'm in a way better mood than I was earlier this day. It looks like the Tawny Owl is still napping, but yeah, hopefully it gets active at some point this evening. I am now just continuously recording to not miss the moment when the owl appears. And every 10 minutes or something, if nothing happened, I will just stop recording, delete the clip and start recording again. Bye-bye, son. The owl just appeared from its hole and I got it. Yes, it is so cute and such a beautiful bird. This Tawny Owl is also like super orange. I don't know why, but that makes it look extra cute. Okay, now that I already filmed the Tawny Owl, I also want to take some photos. I already took some with this setup, but I also want to try the 400 2.8. So yeah, let's do that as quietly as possible now. Okay, now let's take more photos. It is getting darker and darker, and now with the 2x teleconverter I'm also losing a lot of light, and I don't want to increase the ISO, but because the owl is sitting so still I can just lower the shutter speed. But the problem is, if I take photos now, they are all very shaky because I have my hands on the camera. Yes, and what I can do now is to go into self-timer mode. I will choose that the camera, after I press the shutter, waits for 2 seconds and then takes 5 photos. And now these photos are all completely sharp, and that works perfectly for this occasion. This was pretty much the perfect evening. The owl just flew away, but I was taking photos, so I don't have that moment on camera. And the owl is just so beautiful, and I think I did get some good photos and videos. So yeah, but I'm extremely cold now, especially my hands are just freezing. So I will pack down and then just get home and into the warmth as quickly as possible. Also because tomorrow morning the next mission is already planned. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, I hope you can see me. And look at all these swans. Hello, good morning. The sun is slowly rising behind me, and my plan for this morning is to film the swans and maybe also some geese or ducks, if the swans let them, in front of the rising sun. However, the weather report predicted like completely clear sky, but now it looks a bit worse than I hoped for. The color in the clouds is anyway super beautiful. So yeah, let's start set up. But they came to greet me, that's a good sign. Quickly get something, I just took out the 24-70 because I mean, as you can see, the swans now moved on, so it's not like they would hang out with me all the time, unfortunately. For now the sun is still behind the clouds, but yeah, I will just set everything up and then I'm ready, and just fingers crossed that the sun actually comes out. While there are still the clouds, I decided to just put on the 70-200 and I just try to photograph some flying birds against those beautiful colored clouds. And I did get some photos of a cormorant already. It would be nice if there's like an entire flock of geese or something passing. Talking of them. But they flew too low. Okay, let's see how it continues. I think this was a pretty successful morning, and in the end the sun did come out. I mean, I didn't get too many swans swimming in front of the rising sun. That was my main idea. However, I did get the coot, and I also filmed the reflection of the sun in the water a little bit. That also looked quite nice. So yeah, I think overall I'm happy, but I'm also quite cold now. I already got the next mission planned for Monday. Yeah, hopefully I see a bluebird. Today I'm here with Mark, who also does wildlife photography, and our goal is to find and film kingfishers. Can you hear that? That high call, that is a kingfisher. So hopefully it appears here at some point.
Doch, ich sehe, guck mal da unten, das blaue.
Oh ja. Okay, quick. Yes, I just filmed the kingfisher catching a fish. It was very quick and unexpected, but I think I got it, so here's that footage. Okay, there's a grey heron. So behind me is sort of a public feeding station for birds, and even though our primary goal is to film and photograph the kingfisher, we just decided to come here and spend maybe like half an hour or something to try and photograph some birds. And apparently there's also the opportunity to photograph mice, which also like to eat some bird food. So let's see how it goes. There was a mouse. So it starts to rain now, but I'm so happy that we spent some time in this forest, because now the mouse story sort of still got a happy end. I don't know what happened to my mouse burrow at home, but yeah, it was a bit disappointing that it didn't work out, and I hope that nothing bad happened to them. But it's so nice that I still got a mouse photo, or rather bow photo, with the A7V. So here are a few photos that I got in this forest right now, especially the bowl. It's so cute. And I see you later when we again try to photograph and film more kingfishers. Bye. Okay, we found the kingfisher again, and it is sitting right there on the other side on some branches. And I have the 2x teleconverter on. I'm using the APS-C crop in combination with the clear image zoom. The camera is still tracking the eye and the body of the kingfisher itself. That way you can get a lot more reach, in this case even out of a prime lens. So that's one of those features which I just use all the time. The kingfisher just sort of vomited, because they also produce I quickly have to jump in here because in the next moment the kingfisher did something and I was so locked in that I forgot to sort of end my sentence. But what I wanted to say is that the kingfishers actually also produce pellets with sort of the leftovers of all the fish they eat. Yes, like the owls do with their mouth stuff. So that's what the kingfisher sort of vomited out in that moment. And I've never seen a kingfisher do that before, so it was pretty cool to film that. Back to the video. Okay, the weather is pretty miserable. It starts to rain more and more. Mark now had to leave, but I'm so thankful for Mark for showing me this beautiful spot. I found a cormorant in the rain. He's sitting right over here. And it's looking quite beautiful with the rain. Look who's there. That might be the big brother of the kingfisher. And he's coming to say bye to me because I'm packing up for today. Look at this. Everything is like super wet in my hand cart. That's not great. And I just looked at the weather report and it won't stop raining for today. So I think I will just pack up. But that was really like the perfect and best last camera testing day I could have hoped for. Okay, I think you cannot see me anymore. There's also some raindrops on the lens and everything. So yes, see you. This wasn't really a review of the Sony A7V. If you want to know all the specs of this camera, I recommend you check out Gerald and Dunn's video. However, I do want to say for disclosure that Sony sent me this camera before its release. However, they don't get any input into this video and they didn't pay me to do this. So everything I say about this camera is still my opinion. And the Alpha 7 lineup of cameras sort of holds a special place in my heart because I was using the Alpha 7 Mark III, I think from 2019 to the end of 2022. And I filmed so many things with that camera back then. And also in that time, I sort of grew my entire social media and sort of everything happened in that time. So it's pretty cool that I got to test out this new camera now. And I think small Gamanda a few years ago wouldn't really have believed that I would be in this position now. So thanks to all of you for making this possible. And I do think that this camera is great for wildlife filmmaking and photography. I think photo-wise, the only thing you have to consider for yourself is whether 33 megapixels is enough for you. But I found that it's actually plenty to also crop into the images in post, and it still holds a lot of details. And filmmaking-wise, this camera really doesn't leave any wishes for me. I had a look at the footage. I shot everything in 4:2 10-bit in S-Log3. And yeah, the footage just looks so good. And overall, because this camera is so reliable, and I was especially impressed with the autofocus performance, it allows me to focus on the animal encounter. So if an animal appears, I don't have to be just fixed on, I don't know, do I get the photo and stuff, but I can also just enjoy the encounter. And observing animals, that is my biggest passion. And it allows me to focus more on that. So that's why I think this camera is great for what I do. Enough with the cameras. I really hope you enjoyed all the animals we saw. If you want to support my work and are still looking for a Christmas present, I will leave a link to my 2026 calendar below. And I think that's it. See you soon. Bye bye.